Hello, welcome to the channel. See, I've already got two guys waiting. Hello, welcome to the Lever Monkey. Guys, got any questions? Okay, I gotta keep remembering to turn that off. Hey, welcome back. You guys got any questions or anything like that? Just fire them off. Say hi. I can't see who's in the channel unless you guys post. So I'm still figuring some of this stuff out. So if you guys got any questions, shoot them, send them. Nick33 says hi. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the channel. Lester Moore, howdy. How you guys doing? Manny33, hey, I'm in California. I'm in the Valley. Not born and raised, but I was born in Louisiana. But I'm a Colorado guy at heart. So you guys, all operators, what kind of ages we got here? Hey, Josh, how's it going? Been a while since I seen you. Matt D, welcome in. So this is just an impromptu live stream, probably just run about a half an hour or so. I'm waiting on some dinner. Actually prepping for tomorrow's live stream with Diesel and Iron. So if you guys don't know, I'm going to be joining Diesel and Iron, Brian, over on his channel for a while. And we got a new stream going on. So you guys want, you can come by, check out his channel, and come see us tomorrow. I'll be on, we'll probably run for about an hour and a half or so. Okay, Anthony Robbins, hello from Anchorage, Alaska. It's way up there. I'm surprised you got internet. Just turned 55. Congratulations. Retirement. Lester Moore, I work for the local water company here in Kentucky, currently running a 580 Super N. Cool. Backhoe. Don't like them. But I hope it works well for you. Josh again, doing good. You doing great with the channel? Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's not making a ton of money or anything. I mean, use YouTube money. So anything I get, I put towards a new camera. So I've got a 2-camera system now. I'm probably going to be doing the same thing like I'm doing with Brian's doing over in Diesel and Iron. 1 camera at my controls, 1 out the window. I do have next week I'll have a land leveling video coming out that will have a camera set up static overlooking the work area and 1 in the cab. So I'll have a little pop-up showing that. So you guys will get a dual view in the next video. Windows are I'm 31 out of local 965, Illinois. Good. Welcome to the channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. You guys need to subscribe to this channel because I need more. Bacon or Bazakin. Yeah, I'm going to murder your guys' names. Wisconsin. Cool. Lester Moore, 30 years old. Oh, just a pup, man. Getting into it. So, Lester, how many years have you been operating? Are you still looking to get into it? Yeah. Lester, I'd rather be on the next favorite dozer. I don't blame you, man. Don't blame you one bit. I'm surprised they don't use minis or whatnot, but I can see that Public Works usually uses backhoes.
Dinner will be served in 40 minutes, okay?
All right.
Sorry, honey.
Yep, 40 minutes, guys. So you got me for a little longer than I thought. Nick heard operator for Iowa for 20 years. I got you beat by about 7. Manny 53. Do I run excavators only? currently for the last, say, 20 years? Yes and no. I run loader. I run the compactors, Terex 3-wheel deals, backhoes, skid steers, anything that has to do with underground, I'll run. But prior to me, back when I was an apprentice, I ran scrapers, I ran dozers, I ran a D9L. So I've run, let's see, I was a blade operator for Ford Construction, doing rough blade, and did some finished blade work for FCI, doing, working up on bridges and stuff like that. So I've had my fair share of doing groundwork as well. For Peter Kiewit, I was a grade setter for a year. What's the best brand excavator? You like beer, okay, Josh? I don't know. The newest one that has the best air conditioner and radio. That's about it. The best I can hope for is getting a machine that doesn't bang. Right now we have a Kobelco 350 on the job, and it's probably the smoothest out of the rigs we have. It's the newest, so it has the least amount of hours, and I think it has 4,000 hours on it. The rig I'm running right now, I had a 225D I was running that's got over 10,000 hours on it. Let me see. Been an operator since I got out of high school back in 2009. Lester. Okay, cool. So you're still a pup, working your way up. Hope you're doing well with it. Paying attention to the old guys. There's a lot to learn. Hope you don't get a big head, because I know most operators at one point or another, their head gets big and eventually it's going to get popped. Then you get to my age and experience, and you just let everything roll off, and you understand that you aren't the greatest. Even though you may be at the top within your company, there's always a bigger fish out there that's better than you, always. Okay, Windsor, I got in the operator's apprenticeship 2012. Been in the hall almost 10 years now. How time flies. Yes. Operating equipment, being in construction, time will go by quickly. You will miss a lot of things because of it. Okay. Now let's see. Lester Heavy Equipment is in my blood and my family. Yeah, I'm a 4th-generation operator myself, so I know how that goes. Do you pay scale? Let's see. Manny, do pay scales change for each piece of machinery? For me, it does not. I am at a fixed rate. I get paid above scale. I have benefits above what a dispatched operator would have. So I'm at the point within the company. I've been with this company 12 or 13 years. So I've made my way up the ladder to one of the top positions, and I'm treated accordingly. So I put in my time. I have the skill set to be able to do everything that they need done. With very little errors, I do make mistakes on occasion. I have broken some underground lines, like 24 pair phone lines that was between 2 gas lines, which was actually earlier this year. And it was one of those things. I'm more worried about the 2 giant gas lines than a 24 pair of phone lines out in the country where everyone's on cell phones anyways. But things happen, and we just deal with it. Go take your drug test. I'm good with it, so it doesn't matter. We move on with life. Anthony Robertsons, have you ever tried putting a cam on the, on the boom of the excavator? A cam? Oh, a camera. Okay. That is one of my goals. I do intend on putting a camera, GoPro, somewhere on the boom. I've got to either 3D print or make up a mounting point that'll hook to one of the hardline hydraulics. They're quite large compared to a bicycle handlebar, which is the only thing I can get right now. So I've got to find another mounting method. Land clearing. Okay, a grader in the back country. What does that mean? You run a grader in the backcountry, or are you a grade setter or something like that? Let's clear that question up a little bit, or statement. Manny, what is your maximum travel distance for work? Well, that's a good one. As long as I can be home every night and have a hot meal and sleep in my own bed. That's, I mean, currently I'm doing, an hour and 10 minutes each way to work, to and from work. So coming home will be like an hour and 20. So I've done more than that. I think the longest distance I've ever driven was 125 miles one way. Windsor's, yes, some machines pay more or less depending on how much skill is required. Also depends if you're on a open and heavy job, or building job, at least in my local area. Yeah, we do. There are some companies out there, Windsor, that go per scale. So if you swap equipment, they will actually change your scale on that. And I hate that. I really do. Personally, I think when you come out to a job, whatever the most expensive machine you're running, that should be what your pay is for the entire day. Not changing pay from hour to hour when you change equipment. I think that's BS when companies do that, and I prefer not to work with companies like that. Oh, my diecast one? You're talking about, the blade behind me. Yeah, that's a 140H blade, circa 2000. That was one of the machines I ran for FCI, doing finish grade on, bridge approaches and things like that. Even did paving with it, stupid thing. Paving with a blade is kind of interesting to do, especially when you're trying to do finish paving. You slide your moldboard all the way out to one side, and you basically pave off the side of the machine. Sounds awesome. Yes, sounds awesome. Hi from Local 49 in Minnesota. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm not good with all my states abbreviations. Scott, welcome to the channel. Guys, if you didn't hear me earlier, subscribe. I got tons of content. I'm trying to get out a video a week. Some of my content's going to be longer. Like next week, I got like a 40-some minute video, and like half of it is in 2x speed. So it'll be running at a higher speed, but still watchable. And I did that to keep the time down. If I ran it in 1x in standard format, it would have gone out to an hour, just over an hour and a half of video. And I didn't want to render that much video or upload that much video. So that video will be kind of cool. I didn't do a whole lot of talking points. It's just me running a mini excavator, using it as a dozer, doing land leveling in a treed area, filling in a guy's property low spot. He lives right next to a creek. So he had this big pool that was pooling every winter, and he could only use half of his backyard. So we dumped a whole lot of spoils, which saved us a lot of trucking, because then I just dumped the material right off the side of the ditch and down into the spoils area. And just when the video comes out, you'll see how we spoiled out and then how I level everything up. All right, Josh, I'm gonna buy a new used X. There's a Komatsu 350 or Cat 313, both low hours. Gonna be doing a lot of hammer bucket work. Which would you recommend? Well, if you're buying a Cat, you can get parts faster. If you're buying a Komatsu, they're decent rigs. I haven't run a ton of the newer model stuff. So like I said, the one I'm running, I don't know the exact model, but it's a 350s, but it's only got 4,000 hours on it. I think it's about 3 or 4 years old. But yeah, it's not a bad machine. It's smooth to run. Still not happy with the way the swings are on them. Komatsu's are a little more paperweights than they are heavy equipment. If you're going to use a hammer, I would suggest going with the Cat. My company keeps scale the same no matter what. No matter what. Okay, so they're pretty good to me. Windsor, yeah. If they're keeping you on a solid scale when you jump machine to machine, that's awesome. That's great for you. Unless you're jumping to a higher paid machine, which you're not getting paid for. And I have the guy that's behind me. He's getting paid loader scale, and he's been running excavator. Jesse, I hope you're feeling better, dude. He's out on with his back problems, so I hope he's starting to feel better and that he's getting that taken care of. And hope to see him back at work soon. Scott, okay, just curious, how do you stay in shape and fight the bulging waistline in a highly sedentary job that we have? I jump off and I shovel. I don't show that stuff on camera. I do get off. I help guys move pipe. I do it. I don't do it a lot, but I do it enough to stay in shape. And a proper diet is important. Who is this? Oh, my brother. Okay, I'll get to him later. But yeah, taking care of yourself is big. You just don't eat fast food, man. Just stay away from the fast food. That's a major thing. Have a proper meal when you get home. I usually only do 2 meals a day. I'll either have breakfast or I'll have lunch and then I have dinner. And I usually eat dinner pretty right when I get home. If I'm lucky, the wife's cooked me something. If not, I grab something out of the fridge and make it myself real quick and have a dinner early as I can. Where am I? I'm losing track here. Raking tandem tracks out of the asphalt bin. Terror done that. Yeah, raking. Okay, yeah, Manny. The way I did it, I kept the machine off the asphalt. I would maybe just the front. I would crab walk the blade, so only the front left wheel was in the asphalt, and usually it was just going over the windrow from a bottom dump. And I would spread it with a blade all the way out. And I was pretty good on the blade. I don't know if I'm any good on them anymore, but back then I had a lot of hours on the blade, so I was pretty good at doing it. And I was able to blade out the asphalt without putting the rear tires in it. Maybe I would pinch an edge or something like that. But it's one of those skills that unless you keep doing it, you kind of lose the skill a little bit. I could probably jump on an older blade with the piano setup. The new blades with the wobble sticks, I'm lost on those. I haven't had any time. I jumped in one just to check it out, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go back to my piano keys here. Oh, Scott, just curious how you say Shapewood already did that one. Dave, German Powered Auto. Good job with your videos. I'm with local 793 operating engineers in Canada. Our union is a lot different than yours. We don't ever have mandatory drug tests, which I find stupid. Yeah, with our company, I guess our union doesn't have mandatory drug testing, but we have mandatory drug testing if we have an accident. And it's a company, usually the companies have a hiring drug test. So when you get hired, all you got to do is pass one drug test and then you're good until you have an accident. So, whatever works for you, works for you. But I agree, random drug testing every once in a while on suspicious people might be a necessity. Sometimes if anyone is older like me, back in the 90s, the late 90s, there were several companies that had rampant drug problems, drug dealers basically in the company selling to foremen, selling to new guys, selling to everyone. And there were accidents all over the place. So a lot of that had to get fixed. And they just did was it Tykert? They did a huge house cleaning, fired about a third of the company. It was a massive thing. It was in the news. It was pretty big. Yeah, okay. Joshman. Thanks, man. Wonderful info. Got the same info from another longtime operator too. Cool. Glad I can help, man. Anything I can do for you guys to help you out and get you guys further along in your careers, I'm more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to ask me questions and put out anything. I'll answer any questions you guys have, even if it's not operator related. How long till retirement? That's a good question because I'm fighting with my own union on whether or not I get to retire at the Magic 85 rule we have. So we have two rules. We have the Magic 85 where age, term of service, and credits add up to 85 years, which I will reach when I'm 53 years old. And this is where the second rule kicks in. You have to be 55 to retire. So at 55, I've got 9 years left, right around 9 years, maybe a little less than 9, 8.5 years or something like that before I retire. So even when I retire from here, I'm going to leave here, go to Colorado, collect my retirement, and probably find another job or something in Colorado. So I'm not going to just give up and just call retirement. So I got to stay busy. I got to do something. Flatbed 2001. Good evening. Yes, good evening to you, sir. So I got caught up. You guys are slow on your questions. Or did I slow the chat roll too much? Because I put a 10-second delay because sometimes the chat roll was getting away from me, and so I put a little delay in it. So we'll see if I got something else to talk about. Future videos coming up. I'm looking at my brother. Yeah, hey bud, what's going on? Yeah. Hey Woodland, how's it going? It's my nephew. So future videos, I'm planning on doing a video just about bucket selection so you guys can actually see the differences in bucket design versus bucket use and what the different buckets would be good for. So that's one I've got in the works. That one will probably be quite a ways out. I've got to find some time to actually get photographs of all the buckets we have and either video of me talking about the bucket next to the bucket so I can actually give you a better talk through on the differences between buckets. Another part of that would be the teeth selection as well. A lot of people complain about or talk about why do I select the teeth that I have. The majority of the jobs here in California where I work, we're in heavy rock or we're in hard pan. We do have sandy areas, but the sand is usually on top of our hard pan. So I wind up using the tiger teeth to dig down and get to the hard pan and have to dig in the hard pan because some of these big wide flat teeth, they just don't cut it. They won't get through that hard pan. Any problems? Let's see, man. Any problems finding help or the union pay will well enough to get guys in the door? Yeah, we can find people. It's a matter of whether or not the people are going to work or work out or have the work ethic or have the ability to not do this. That's the big thing. Get off your phones. It's insane. I get on mine every once in a while, but I know the pattern where everything's going. And most of the time I'm just checking to see how my YouTube channel's doing after that, or my wife. Those are about the only two reasons I get on my phone anymore. Facebook, I've just about thrown that away. Let me see. Josh, got much time on skid loaders? Too much. Any time on a skid loader is too much. Nicholasky, change name from Flatbread. Okay. I sent a few subs your way today from a couple of new guys on my crew. Keep the great videos coming, man. Yeah, I will. And thank you for doing that. If any of you guys have buddies that watch YouTube, send my channel out to them, get more guys to subscribe to the channel. Any little bit that you guys gets my videos out to more people, and I just want to be able to educate as many people as I can. I'm not after the money. I'm here to just get my stuff out there, but the money helps because there are costs involved. Website. I'm working on a website for you guys to be able to go to. There are other things like cameras, equipment like that have to be purchased, and I would like to buy a better DSLR, and I want to replace this camera right here because this is just a 1080 handy cam thing, and I want to bump that up to a 4K camera that I can use for streaming, and maybe some better lighting in here and redo this room because I'm going to rearrange this, guys, for some live streaming because my wall in front of me and the wall to my right of me are awesome. Everything behind me is garbage. So you guys get to see the worst of it. All right, where are we at? Okay. Crusader, how many years in Local 3? I've got around, I joined as a probationary period apprentice in June of 94. So around 27 and a half years, something like that. So I've been doing it quite a while, and I was running equipment prior to the operating engineers. I started in a ROP program in high school and did another training program outside between high school and joining the operators. So, and I also did farm work, running some farm equipment. Where are we at? Okay. Out of interest, what's with the hat? What's with the hat? You guys don't want to see what's under the hat. It's all ugly. So that's why the hat. Yeah, my balding head is not what you guys want to look at, especially with the light shining off of it. You guys would probably need some suntan lotion or something to be able to look at the screen. Favorite brand of excavator, in my opinion, my favorite is the big Cats. I have not run any of the new generation equipment, so I'm stuck in a time warp, you would say, of old equipment with this company. They buy new equipment in the Bay Area because that's where all the money is at, and then they ship us the leftover stuff, and that's what we get to run. So they have gotten rid of. They did update one of the machines. You can see one of my videos. I ran a 870G. We tested out a Cytec GPS system on it. I got to test that out, which was awesome. And I wish they could get GPS on all the machines. I see all the benefits of it, and the office just sees the cost. And we don't get to see, so I don't get to use GPS very often. Okay. Josh, favorite brand of excavator? Favorite brand? I really don't have a favorite brand. Same question, but I like Cats. John Deere's are pretty good. The Kobelkas are, Komatsu's are like paperweights, as I said before. They're pretty thin metal. I've seen booms and whatnot snap in half on them. I've seen guys break the tops off the stick, pushing too hard, trying to dig too hard. Just lots of problems with them being weak compared to some of the other equipment. John Deere and Hitachi, they're basically the same machines, just with different paint on them. Manny, I get jealous watching some of your YouTube digs through soft, fluffy dirt. Here in Cali, we have nothing like that. Cali? Where in Cali? Huh? Where? I don't know where you're digging because I'm in California myself, so I'm digging in the same area you're digging if you're talking about California. How long have I worked at Preston? Answered this earlier and chat roll. Obviously, I'm going to answer these questions over and over again. 12, 13 years. I've been with them quite a while. Started out running a dump truck. So, running a shovel and a dump truck when I changed companies. I came to Preston because I knew some people in the office and they got me the job back in 2008. When everything went south, I was off for 8 months, which is super rare for me. And I think I was at a point, I was like, I'll take a vacation, a long vacation. When the money ran out, I just picked up the phone, made a call, and I was to work the next week. Were you working doing pipeline during the 2008 recession, and were you able to weather the storm relatively well? Well, I just got into that, and I didn't even read your question. 2008 was not that bad. It was 2009 that was really bad for me. So the end of 2008, I was, 2008, 2009, I think I was working with Drill Tech. I was running an excavator at a oil refinery at Benicia, the Benicia Oil Valero oil refinery. Actually, I'm wearing the shirt doing the FGS pad there. Amazing project. It was cool. I hated working at the oil refinery. You had to wear fireproof suits and earplugs and everything. Just, you had to double up on all your safety gear before you were allowed to start work. You had to fill out your safety report, your pre-task, and all that stuff. Wait for a refinery supervisor or safety officer to come by, look at it, make sure it was filled out correctly, sign it. And if you had a hole, we had to have an air tester come out. It could be up to 2 hours before you got all that stuff done and could go to work. Out of a 10-hour workday, you might have gotten 3 to 4 hours worth of work done. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, the 2008, I weathered it fairly well. I got to the point where I ran out of money, but I picked up the phone, made a call, and was back to work, the next week. And I probably could have made that call a lot earlier. I don't know. I guess I just wanted a break from equipment for a while. And I think it did me good because I got to relax a lot for a long time. Got to do some things, chill, relax. Nicholas, I'm out of Sonora area. Sonora, okay. Trying to think where that is. I'd have to look that up, but I think I know kind of the area. So what, are you digging in rock or are you digging in sand? I would think that'd be sandy, or is that kind of a rocky area? Okay, Manny, I wasn't referring to you. I was referring to other YouTubers' channels digging soft, fluffy dirt. I'm just north of Sac. Hey, I probably go past your job every day then. I go up 99, up to 80, and head up to up the hill a ways. So I probably go past you every day. Manuel, you're the man. Love all your videos. Much love from San Jose, Local 3. Right on, buddy. Local 3. San Jose. You can have San Jose, bud. Yeah, I am not a Bay Area guy whatsoever. When I started with these guys, they have RV parking down there in Milpitas, and I spent 5 years working out of the Bay Area, putting my face into the main office, trying to make a name for myself, which I managed to do. Got to know everybody, and that's a big thing when you start with a new company. If you're dedicated and want to be with a company and earn money and move up the ladder, you have to put your face in front of the right people. You have to appear to know what you're doing, even if sometimes you don't have a clue to what you're doing, and you learn on the way. But at the point I was at, I was pretty good, and so it was easy for me to move up the ladder. It just takes time. You wait for other guys to retire, bad things happen, people get fired, and you just move your way up. It just takes time, and that's all it takes. Rock Nicholas, rock all day, every day. Yeah. I'm not in heavy rock right now. We got away from the rock, thank God. I forget what the name of this rock was, but it's harder than granite that I was dealing with. But But yeah, I spent probably a week beating on a rock trying to get it out. We wound up having the drill company come out and drill holes in it and break the rock out. All we had was 3 feet of rock, and it was, I think the guy was saying it was like the rock bed. It was bedrock, and there was no digging around it or anything. It probably was 200 feet, in either direction. So we drilled it, cracked it, and threw it out of the hole. Nicholas Snore is about 2 hours southeast of Sac. Okay, I got an idea where you're at then. Manuel, are you guys having issues hiring good operators in your area? Here in the Bay, it is hard to find knowledgeable employees. Yes, it is. This is the time of the year. All the good hands are out of the union hall and out working, and all the really good hands usually are never in the hall to start with. So right now, yeah, finding good help is not easy to do. You get guys that say they know how to run something, and it may have been on dirt work, and they've never been on a pipe job. So it's hard to find someone specific to underground that's been running a loader. Most of the time, those guys are guys like the guy under me, Jesse. He started as a laborer for the company for like 8-9 years. We got him into a loader position. He spent 3-4 years there, learned a ton, and came up really fast. He's really good on a loader. I wish I could keep him there, but he's earned his right to move up onto the excavators. And we just got to get him out of his headspace of being afraid of running the excavator, because he'll be a decent hoe hand if he can get his head right. Manny, how many laborers have you had to run off over the years? I lost count, but I've had people come in. I've run operators off. I've grade setters. I had an apprentice grade setter that came out. I was like, yeah, no, go away. I had to go above my foreman to get rid of them, and I said, no, this is not going to work. Yeah, it's hard sometimes to get rid of some people because they may be connected in some way. So it's just a fight, and eventually you get them transferred or fired. Eventually they do something so stupid that it's easy to get them fired. Ricola? I'm lost on that name. I'm just going to call you Cola. I run a John Deere 30G for a utilities company putting in communications. I only have my spot because another guy was fired. But I feel like I got better every week. Your videos help. I'm glad they help you, dude. That's why I do it. I do it to help guys that are young, trying to learn little tricks and tips that sometimes that you're not going to find this information anywhere else. From the moment I created this channel and started doing just the underground stuff that I talk about, I found that a lot of you guys have told me there's no other channels that do just underground stuff and just talk about underground. So I got lucky and found a hole in YouTube. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. So I'm happy to be here and happy to help you guys. So I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're learning. So I hope you keep learning and keep moving up. But yeah, that's how it happens, man. Things happen to people above you and you get bumped up. It just keeps happening. If you keep learning and keep getting good, it'll keep happening. Thankfully, what do you have as the fleet in your company? Our fleet's rather large. Our company is huge. We probably do over $100 million a year. So our fleet is bigger than what I know we have. Okay, we'll start there. So our fleet's huge. I mean, I think we have something like 50 crew trucks alone. And I don't have a count on any of that. I know we've got 3 John Deere 450s. We had 3 John Deere 750s. We got an 870G. We got a ton of 350s, John Deere's, Cabelcos, 200s. And Preston Pipelines actually owns the most Takahachis in the country. We have something like 15, 11, where are those things? 1050s or something like that, or 1150s. I'm running a 2150 right now. So it's pretty amazing. It's amazing that the company is so large and it helps me because if I need something specific, I just tell my foreman. He asks me, what do I need to do this job? I tell him, and they get it to me. And that's one of the best parts about this company is I can always get what I need most of the time. Let's see, where am I? Rays, lots of truck drivers. Actually, we have a lot of the small bobtail style trucks, so we'll rent one. We have several of that the company owns, so just laborers usually drive those around. Preach, you are very wise. Best content. I've been saying it. Yes, thank you again. Bow to your master. So one of the statements, guys, that I usually tell when I get new guys on the job, especially young guys. And it came to me in a meme, and I used it ever since. It's a Yoda meme. What's the difference between an expert and an apprentice? It's the fact that the expert has failed more times than the apprentice has ever tried. And that's the truth. That's the God honest truth, because I have failed a ton to get to where I'm at. As long as you don't fail the same way every time and you learn from your mistakes, you're moving forward. And companies will recognize that. Your foremans will recognize that. If you don't make the same mistake twice, that's awesome, because that means you're learning and you're not going to make the same mistake. You may make it down the road sometime, but you will have it in your brain. You're developing a list of things not to do and a list of things to do. All right, moving on. Oh, where am I? Okay. Nicholas. For guys waiting to learn, watching the guys who know what they're doing and pay attention. Yes, that's a big thing. Pay attention. You got the young guys, stay off your phones. Watch what the operator is doing. Watch what the lead laborer is doing. All of it is important. If there's something that someone's doing, there's a reason for it. If I place a bucket somewhere, there's a reason I put that bucket in that certain spot. Ask yourself, why did he do that? Why did he do that? And if you can figure it out, or if you can't figure it out, go to the operator. Hey, why did you do this? Or if you watch a little bit longer, you'll see, oh, that's why he did it. And it clicks, and it'll make you think a little more. Because there's a lot more when you're sitting up that machine swinging around. I'm avoiding trees, I'm avoiding houses, I'm avoiding people on the ground, I'm avoiding lines overhead, I'm avoiding lines under the ground. It's just one thing after another, where I'm at right now. So your head's always on a swivel, and you've got to understand, if you put something in the wrong place, you can screw yourself pretty big.
Hey, go get your dinner.
Okay, guys. All right, guys, my dinner's ready, so I'm going to call it for here. I'll answer 2 more questions here. The 870G. She's a big girl. She's 800,000 pounds. So she's a big girl. 800,000? Something like that. She's huge. Nicholas, 2150 right now. Sweet. It's not a bad rig. I hate them. I really hate the mini, especially those Takahachis, because the seats slide forwards and back. They've got a lock on them that lock them out, but when you try to track or anything, the thing starts jerking you back and forth, and it's just an endless fight with the controls sometimes. Komatsu 375 or a Cat D10. I'm a Cat guy. Komatsu makes a great dozer. So I haven't run any of the Komatsu dozers, so it's been years since I've been a dozer hand. I've been doing underground for right around 20 years. And I did it through my apprenticeship program on and off with doing dirt work. All right, Josh. Last question here. Gonna be getting a few new machines and just wanting to ask a person who knows. Yeah, dude. If you guys want, find a video that is close story. You can just find any video of mine and leave questions in there. I'm trying to figure out how to do an Instagram so you guys can. I know it's easy to set up. I have one for my personal account. I just need to get another email account that's for the Lever Monkey. I've got the website. I've got to get the hosting set up so that way I can create the Instagram account based on that. So that will be coming eventually, guys. Bacons, see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for all the likes. So we'll see you guys on the next one.